right. So yesterday the Lakers lost. They were shorthanded and they lost to the Clippers. Yesterday, giving the Clippers the seventh win of the season. And after the game, here's LeBron James thoughts after the game. So I'm gonna play the clip.
This has been like a next man up kind of season so far to this point. And at halftime, Luka goes down, and you're the only starter still out there. How did you still try to rally the troops? Yeah, I think at one point cut it to 7 in the fourth there.
It's just gotta, no matter what the circumstances, is, just still next man up. We're all professionals, and we all got to stay ready. So, obviously very challenging circumstances for our ball club, tonight. But at the end of the day, I think we played extremely hard. We followed our keys. We just came up short.
You managed to get a couple threes to fall late. As a team, obviously, not a lot fell. Do you think is shooting contagious sometimes? Is there anything specifically in tonight's that they didn't go in?
Make shots. That happens throughout the course of the season. We had some great looks, just didn't make shots. But we still, like I said, gave ourselves a chance to be in the game by how well we defended, our competitive spirit, our competitive nature, and then we just playing hard.
I'm gonna stop the clip right there about LeBron talking about yesterday's game. First of all, Steph, how incredible is it? Is LeBron still going in his 21st season at 40 years old?
Yeah, I mean, actually, he's about to turn 41, right?
Yeah, I think he's
He's
about 41 in a
yeah,
few
yeah, in
weeks. Yeah,
December like 29th. That's his birthday, I think.
yeah,
Right? And this guy is still, I mean, he's still doing his thing, man. I mean, some people, we have a lot of people, that go with the age of people. Everybody goes with what they see. So if back in the days, like with the MJs and with the Shaq and everybody was kind of like not getting to that age, and it still be great. If this guy is still doing that at the highest level, and he's not even like an afterthought kind of player, he's always still people expect the same kind of production from him because he can still show that he's still LeBron, and we really have to celebrate that because that's not everybody cannot do that. He's somebody who's special, which is special talent. Durability is something, longevity, durability, that is something that I don't think a lot of human beings can basically
yeah.
have as a skill set. So I mean, if he has a good genes, you got good genes. You gotta give credit for
Yeah.
it. You know?
Yeah, I mean the truth about it is, well, first of all, we're going to go back to the topic and about the Lakers loss yesterday, but it's just so incredible watching him play, and you see what he's doing at the age of 40, and he's going to turn 41. It's just amazing, just watching him and then get to play basketball at this level, the Lakers were short-handed yesterday. There was Luca, LeBron, and Luca went off in the second half because of a lower leg contusion. So it was LeBron and basically the bunch of the bench, and there was no, according to the injury report, there was no Vanderbilt. Oh yeah, there was Vanderbilt. There was no DeAndre Ayton and no Austin Reeves. So what did you think about the game yesterday? The Lakers lost about 88 to 103 to the Clippers. The Clippers had James Harden out there and Kawhi. But what was the thing you noticed about the loss yesterday?
I mean, about the loss, I would say, I don't think we, headed into the game with the right mindset because we were trailing like in the first quarter. Like, I believe it was like down maybe to like 17 or 18 points or something like that. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But we were pretty down, and then we tried to rally with Luca and LeBron, but LeBron started because LeBron started hot. That's how he started. He started
Yeah,
hot.
he
He
had
was
like he went on an 8-0 run in the fourth quarter by
Yeah,
himself to
yeah.
bring the lead
In
down.
the first quarter, and nobody was following, and even Luca was kind of flat too. He
Yeah.
just came out flat-footed. So I mean, usually when you have LeBron giving, I mean, we've seen that last year, even with AD. Like when LeBron comes out and he gives a good boost.
Mm.
Usually, for some reason, I don't know what's his psyche with the team, but usually when it's LeBron that is just go scoring mode, the team kind of get cold. I don't know why. It's always something that I've noticed. They
Yeah.
always get cold. I don't know why, but usually when he comes out and then he starts distributing the balls to get people involved, they're a little better like that. But when it's only him, because LeBron, you can say, hey, The guy is not really a scorer, but when he wants to score, man, he can score in multiple ways.
One of
Everybody
the best
knows that.
scorers of the game, all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, yeah,
So
all-time leading scorer. I mean, some people might agree with you on that, saying, "Hey, LeBron is it's just because he's been playing for a long time. That's why he had the scoring title." But I would say, I mean, his title play is just to be, selfless. So if you take that,
yeah, one of the things that was really, really noticeable about yesterday's performance that the Lakers shot 6 out of 38 from three yesterday,
yeah,
according to the numbers. I mean, that if you're shooting that is definitely a very weak
that's def, yeah,
offense. So
of
you're
course,
bound to lose. The Clippers shot 16 3-pointers yesterday and went 19 out of 20 from the free throw line. The Lakers went 14 out of 23. So you're leaving a lot of points on the table if you go 14 out of 23 and this team the next team shot 19 out of 20 from the free throw line.
yeah. So I would
Yeah.
say the game was lost from the beginning, and then it got worse when because they were coming back, and then it got worse when Luca got hurt,
Yeah.
and they were already short-handed anyways, going into with DeAndre Ayton not being there, and also
Austin
even
Reeves. Yeah.
Rui did not play,
Yeah, there was
and
really yesterday.
Gabe did not play. I mean, I would say the main pieces that they usually use for specific things did not play. So, and then so you go there, you only got the co-stars and
Yeah.
plus a bunch of everybody else. So we all know when it's like that, it means the co-star gotta really have like a heavier load. Because the other ones they're not really like, in and out of the rotation, so you cannot really like expect them to get the scoring load. But if one of the pillars is down, which is Luca, I mean, of course, the psyche is gonna be, go to trash because now they'll feel like they have to do a lot. And then the Clippers weren't really letting go yesterday. They were playing pretty good, better than they usually do. And then they were actually starting scrambling. That's where Luca got hurt. So
Yeah,
from
yeah.
there, everything just went back. But the Lakers did not let it go. They tried their best. They were they pushed. They even did like some runs towards the third and fourth quarter. So they even made it so interesting in the last 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
were,
I agree.
yeah, they got closer to like 8 to 9 points, something like that. I
Yeah.
believe, from my memory. And now I was like, okay, but I mean, the Clippers came back. They pushed them because at the end of the day, they were already overmatched. The Lakers were overmatched, but they tried their best. They didn't let go. So things like that usually it brings them to the point of a good psyche for the team. Like even though the stars are not there, we're losing, but we keep fighting. That's a good habit to keep. So they should keep it that way, even in a loss, because at the end of the day, it's all about building chemistry
Yeah.
and get better as you progress. So let's just go with that.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
very, very, very good analysis. I mean, to be honest, watching the game yesterday, it was LeBron in the first half. I think even he went for like 10 straight points by himself before Luca got hurt. And then when Luca got hurt, because Luca really struggled yesterday. In 20 minutes, he shot 4 out of 13, 1 out of
Like,
6 from the 3-point range. He also had 3 out of 5 from free throws, and he ended up with 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists in 20 minutes.
yeah, let me
Um,
even add on let me add a little bit of on the Lucas situation, right? I
yeah,
don't say when I say Lucas situation, I don't see it as a negative, but it's most like I'm comparing Luca before the birth of his kid
okay.
to Luca right now. And also before the birth of the kid, of course, LeBron wasn't there for the most part. So him and Reeves were like a machine. Like they were on a mission to just outscore everybody. That's what people were so, you know, intensely talking about them because they were like a revelation for this season.
Yeah,
But LeBron came back, and then he coincided with Lucas having his baby, so he had to go back home. But since then, I feel like Luca, for some reason, his production just his magic just kind of like faded a
dropped,
little
right?
bit. Yeah, it
Yeah,
dropped. Yeah, it faded a little bit. I don't
yeah.
know what
I,
happened. I
I
don't know if
mean, I
it's
mean,
the
to be honest, when you
yeah.
expect
You
your,
gotta analyze me. I analyze things like to the highest level. I don't just go
mhm.
with facts. I just go with in depth, with stuff. But what I'm saying, Luca, when he came back, it's true. He's gonna sporadically go back to the pre-birth of his kid,
Yeah,
but it is no longer. It's not as easy as it used to be. I don't know what to attribute that to. Like, what was is it because the kid emotion, because we know Luca is an emotional person.
Yeah.
I don't have to really be in a circle to know that.
Yeah.
Because if somebody can go back to Dallas as a man who's like has money and everything, he can cry in front of people. That tells you that it shows you that he's an emotional person. Because at the end of it, even in social media, when you cry, people can take it good in a good way or bad way, but
Bad.
it's
Yeah.
just exposing yourself to people
Yeah.
for whatever comes, either for hatred or people liking you. So when
Yeah.
you get vulnerable like that in front of people, it shows that you care. You somebody who's very emotional. So with him, I'm just gonna go to the psyche. I don't know. I'm not there. I don't know. But the
Okay.
psyche is, if you go, you see your kid with this another country just born as
Mm-hmm.
a parent. But I mean, everybody's a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody, but everybody as a parent know that the separation kind of like really gonna play with your psyche and your emotion. So maybe that's what Luca is going through. I just hope that with maybe the, let's say, All Star break. I don't know if he's gonna be playing with All Star break. I'm not sure.
I mean,
But after the All Star break,
he's a runner up for MVP, so definitely he's
yeah,
going to
so
be
he's gonna
a
probably
starter.
be there. So I
Mhm.
just hope that he finds a way to make it to realign with basketball.
Yeah.
It's true people got the family thing, but hey, we only know him because of basketball. So we only gonna talk
Yeah,
about
about the
basketball.
basketball. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
Really,
just
really,
so
really.
gotta be honest about it. But it's life. Just so that you make sure that it's all good emotionally and spiritually, and then you should take care of business, and then we Lakers fan, we're gonna be happy for that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the ones we talk about how important Austin Reeves has not been playing the last two games. Austin Reeves was out with a left calf strain.
Yes.
Rui was also out yesterday. I think 3 games now. Austin Reeves has been out. Are you worried about Austin Reeves? Do you feel like he's injured or what's?
Austin Reeves, I don't think his injury is gonna be it's not a big deal. When he comes back, it's gonna be back to his person. I personally really feel like Austin Reeves plays better when he's rested. So any rest for Austin Reeves for me is a win, because I
Okay.
don't. Yeah, he plays better when he's rested. And his struggles, I mean, if you pay attention to the struggles Austin Reeves usually,
Yeah.
he usually comes back when he has to defend somebody that is either fast, like somebody like, let's say, somebody like Fox. He really usually offensively, if you just look at everything, you see offensively he doesn't produce that much as
Yeah.
he usually does. Even when he plays against Steph, I mean, we know he's, I don't know, but Steph against Reeves, I don't think Reeves is not usually. He's gonna maybe once or twice and sometimes, but usually it's not really up to his level because
Yeah.
his energy drains. So what I'm trying to say is, when his energy is drained, he doesn't really play good.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
also
Reeves.
have this crazy stat over here about how important Austin Reeves is for the Lakers and when he does come back. Because to be honest with you, when I saw this, I couldn't even believe it. So Austin Reeves without Luca this season is averaging 41 points per game, 5 rebounds and 10 assists on
Hmm?
53 and 43% from three on 91 free throw for the line. So it tells you when Reeves is without even Luca himself, he still balls out. And when he's with Luca, he also averages about 28, 9, and 10 a game. So this just tells you how important Austin Reeves is to the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, we can see that. I mean, we can see that it's very important, and even, I mean, that those are data without LeBron. I'm assuming
Yeah.
because LeBron was out.
Yes.
But I mean, we know we already have a record between him and LeBron when they play together. That is a mesh. So
Yeah.
now that we have another mesh with Luca and him, so I would say Reeves is very important for our team, because at the end of it, he's his third pillar. He's the one who has the third best IQ amongst all the, when it comes to generally or as a team, right?
Yes.
So it, we f- the way I see it, I mean, we talked about it, before even the season started. How do we maximize Reeves? I mean, going based on the stats, Reeves
Yeah.
all by himself
Yeah.
is a 40 to, is a maybe like a 30 to 40, all by himself. You know. So
Yes.
now when you bring Luca, you see that he decreases, right? Which is normal
Yeah.
because it's just only one ball gotta be shared, and then we know Luca is he's always has the ball most of the time. But how? Me, I think Reeves should be utilized a little more. Like he should have more time with the bench, and then that should be the foundation. He should have more time with the bench. I don't know how they'll work it out, but that's what I think. Because the bench at the end of the day, they needs somebody who can dish the ball, somebody who can be a slasher, somebody who can be a master. So if Reeves by on his own can have an impact on his scoring like that, and then we all know he's a good playmaker as well. So I think maximizing his time with the bench should be a good thing. The reason why I say because when it comes to playoffs, I don't think our style of play is gonna be conducive for us to be cruising like that. And I'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you why. We know LeBron is true. LeBron is LeBron. You know, it is old now. He's not gonna be playing defense 100%.
Yes. He's
Luca,
literally about to be 41, so you don't
yes,
expect him to do that.
yeah. Luca, you're not gonna expect that either that much. Even Reeves, people can push him left and right like that, even if he tries his best. So what I'm trying to say, out of the five starters, we already got three holes on defense right there. It's true, it's not like it's a whole hole, but it's like it's something that people can exploit. So it's like I have a fortress, right? And then my fortress got five different doors, and then I know there's two doors that for sure they can cover the whole fortress, at least enough for nobody to penetrate like that. But for the other three ones, I'm not really sure. I don't know how they're gonna withstand any threat or something like that. So usually when you maybe if you take one of the problem out and then you allocate it to another area, and then you replace that part with something that has a little more security for the door, I'm assuming that you're minimizing your exposure to danger. You see what I mean? So what I mean by that is, instead of letting Reeves being as a starter, because that's creating three holes in our defense. With LeBron, we can say what we want to say. At the end of the day, people can exploit the way they play defense, right? And we've seen that even with Reeves last year when he played the game in Minnesota. They were putting him in any kind of pick and rolls, any action. They were putting him there because he was used as a weakest link, a way to get to the paint easy.
Mm-hmm.
They do that multiple combination of everything. So we've seen what transpired last year against Minnesota. They really exposed our defense. Like they
Yeah.
could like just slice us in multiple ways. Like they will go either inside, they will go perimeters, they will do pick and rolls. I mean, they were just it was just all over the place. So it's true we didn't have a center, so that's why we had to always overcompensate. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, even if you have a center, your three big holes problem is not be resolved. We
Yeah.
gotta be honest. So usually you can maybe allocate one part, put it
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else, so that at least it alleviates. It's like putting power, and then it's like you have you have a car is front wheel or all wheel drive. You know, you got these two models.
Yeah.
But right now we just going front here. We don't go all wheel drive because everything is not covered. So by us maybe moving one of the pieces from the front, putting it like in the bench, like Reeves per se, that should fix the problem, I think. And then just find a way to maximize his time there, but also let him be a starter a little bit. That'd be great for like that.
Okay. Very, very, very good analysis. I mean, at this point, I'm just trying to think about the game yesterday and maybe what we took off. Was there any worries about this win? Sorry, this loss that happened yesterday? Are you worried about the team, or are you just gonna chuck it up to our players did not show up?
I mean, I would say I'm not really worried about the team because we go, based on the people that weren't there. So I would say no worries for that because the Clippers, they're struggling. They just had a lucky night. Gotta put it
Yeah.
that way because that's true. Because they're struggling, even because when we were about to, put pressure on them, they were crumbling, but they just got saved by the down, and they just call it that way. So that's fine. So no worries, but just more like I said, I like the team spirit. They never, gave up. They kept going. But what I would have wanted JJ to have done is just to use the same recipe that he used against his son.
Mm-hmm.
Because the bench he made it he basically let a lot more people from the bench that usually don't play for that team that game. And
Yeah.
then because I don't know if they had like a meeting talking about defense and everything, but the boost that the second team gave us was the one that propelled the whole team to win against the Sun. Trust me, because they're the one who started everything.
Yeah. Vanderbilt came out and had an
Yeah.
unbelievable defensive game
Yeah,
that game against them.
even the adult heroes of all these people that play, they came out with energy. They brought up an energy. So and then that's from there. That's where we. So I want JJ to kind of like keep something like that a little bit, trying to mix and match if he can. But he tried that yesterday, but it wasn't enough. But let's see if he can maybe try to go back to that whenever we a little more short-handed because they're hungry. They want to show. They have something to prove. So when it's like that, you see better results.
Okay, very good. So that means you're not worried then about
No, I'm not.
this. Yes, yes,
No, I'm not. There's nothing to worry about. It. That's just a glitch in the system.
yeah.
Simple.
All right, guys. This is what we're going to stop the conversation and say. If you guys are new, please do like, subscribe, and follow under the links in the description. You have our Instagram. We're a growing channel. We just started recently, so we would like for you guys to like and subscribe, and please follow us on our Instagram down below. And yeah, we'll just go straight into the probably the last question of the day, and then we're going to go talk about the Warriors next. But before that, the Lakers are fourth in the Western Conference right now. They have about 19 wins and 8 losses. Above them, we have the Thunder. OKC has been on the tier lately, so that's another team that we'll probably have to discuss about. And we do have the Rockets just slightly behind us. And I wanted to talk about this, even though about yesterday. One thing I was noticing was like the Lakers had problems converting 3 pointers. They only shot 6 out of 38 from the 3 point range. To be honest, how bad is that?
Yo, we gotta be honest. That team is not a great 3-point shooting team. It is, that's not what they primarily do on offense. We gotta be honest with that. We can attribute that to the way maybe the roster is currently constructed.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, we can say we got average shooters on the team, but the style of play doesn't really conduce to that. If let's say if Luca is not having it, Reeves is not having it, and LeBron is not having it, that's it.
And these guys that we're talking about are very streaky
Yeah,
shooters. So
and then LeBron is tricky as hell. We know that. If LeBron is very when it comes to three, and then on top of that, nothing is helping him. He just came back from injury, so he's still ramping up. He might be scoring decent here and there, yeah, but he's still ramping up because LeBron, whether you want it or not, is a rhythm person. That's
yeah,
how he
yeah.
does his thing. So when it comes to 3-point shooting, we have to be honest. The 3-point shooting is not gonna come like everybody wants to see it unless they go get somebody, you know, like the Herb Jones of the world, and somebody like that. And some, because this Rui is being great, but he's not a volume shooter.
Yeah, yeah, he's a very Lou Rui shooting about 45%. Let me
Yeah,
just
but he's
show
not
here.
a
He's shooting
volume
about
shooter. So
yeah,
he is
45% from three.
so his impact on the triple shooting of the team is not gonna be great because he's great on the percentage. Because I mean, if you take fewer shots and then you make them, of course your percentage is gonna be greater. you know. But it's not really a volume shooter, so it's not gonna solve the issue. The issue needs to be addressed because when it comes to playoffs, we all know everything gets exposed and
Yes.
exploited.
Yes.
So we now in the season of the trade season right now. Let's see our options and go from there.
Okay, very good. So that means you really want the team to at least make some trades to get people out of the team and get some shooters in the team.
Yeah, because that's what we basically desperately need now. We can say that we need a center now because our center. Now centers, honestly, they've been playing great. There's nobody that's gonna come and tell me otherwise. We have Jackson Hayes. He's been doing Jackson Hayes things. We got DeAndre. DeAndre is doing his thing. So, but I want for the team. I think the team success should really come into a play where they get four of the starters really involved in the offense.
Okay.
Like if they can find a way to get DeAndre involved a little more, I really think that opened up like the perimeters
Yeah,
because now
DeAndre.
yeah, because now everybody's gonna be a little coming in the middle, and then from there the perimeters gets opened up. So
Yeah, yeah. Right
if
now,
they
DeAndre is
like if
averaging.
yeah,
Yeah, DeAndre right now is averaging very good numbers, more than what he did in the Suns. I don't know if it's more than, but he's averaging 15 points and 9 rebounds and a block and he's shooting 70% from the field as a center. That is incredible. Even though we got him on the free.
I mean
And
for
so-
for free for now, but it's gonna be costly pretty soon because it's playing good. He's holding
yeah.
his ground. He's holding his position pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty pretty good. But anyways, that would probably be the end of it. That would be the end of the podcast for today. And yeah, I mean the games yesterday were there was a lot of games being played yesterday. The Lakers did play, the Warriors did play, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But I can say I'm not worried about the team at all. I do think that having no DeAndre Ayton and you're playing the Clippers is definitely going to be a problem because when you want to play the Clippers, you definitely do need size and athletic people there. And even though that we did have Vanderbilt and there was no Rui, there was no. So I'm just going to chuck it up to these guys did not play, against them, but which is totally fine. But the Lakers play. I think we do play. If I can check here, we do play on Tuesday against the Phoenix Suns again. So I'm gonna be
Yeah,
at that
our
very.
best friends these days seem like the Jazz. I don't know for
Yeah,
some reason we've been best friends these days. I don't know why,
I don't
but
know. I just want us to get away from them.
I
Dylan Brooks
guess
antics. We'll talk
yeah,
about Dylan Brooks in
first
next.
half of the season so that we can just finish with them and I guess. But it's good. It's good. We
Yeah.
yeah
Okay, so yeah, we'll talk about Dylan Brooks and the Warriors a little bit. So that's our take for today, guys. If you guys like our conversations, please do like, follow, and subscribe. Like I said, the Instagram look with the description. Please follow us. My name is Emmanuel. That's Steph, and
yes
we out. See you
we
guys.
are. Chichi
Yeah.
start.